At this moment, we don't have all the data, obviously, but there appears to be, number one, a bird strike. There are images of allegedly a bird strike on this aircraft just prior to landing. It appears to have impacted the right engine, so they probably had a right engine failure. It's a twin-engine aircraft. You've lost one engine. Now, whether that caused a cascading series of problems in the cockpit, we don't know. But for whatever reason, the undercarriage of the aircraft has not been lowered. It should never have a wall anywhere near the runway, nowhere near it. So when you look at it, you see the plane exit the runway. It then travels about 100 meters, possibly less than that, and impact the wall. Now, I haven't done the research, Lisa, but I would say that absolutely contravenes international standards to have that wall there. No question about it. If they were going to make an emergency landing with the undercarriage up, why didn't the fire tenders lay foam on the runway? Why weren't they in attendance when the plane touched down? And why did the aircraft touch down so far down the runway that it had no chance of stopping before it exited the runway? And why was there a brick wall at the end of the runway? So there's a whole series of questions that beg answers to which we don't have at this stage. Some people suggest there could have been a hydraulic failure caused by the bird strike. I don't really see how that could be the case. However, even if there was, you can crank the undercarriage down with a hand crank. You can lower it manually. Now, whether the crew had enough time to do that, given the situation with the bird strike and the engine failure, how much fuel they had left, because they were on a long flight from Thailand, from Bangkok to Seoul. So they may not have had the fuel reserves necessary to go and hold off and crank the undercarriage down. A bird strike is not unusual. Problems with an undercarriage are not unusual. Yes, they do happen from time to time. Bird strikes happen far more often, but typically they don't cause the loss of an aeroplane by themselves. Now, the cockpit situation is something we just don't know anything about until we're able to get the cockpit voice recorder recovered.